Hello friends, Mandar here. I am back with another video. Another day, another new bill in the Congress. Today let's talk about a new bill that is being introduced in the Congress, Eliminating Backlogs Act of 2023. As the name suggests, it will eliminate the backlog by reusing the unused visa numbers from the past. Now, how much chance does this bill have in terms of passing in the House and in the Senate? In my opinion, I don't know. But there is something that tells me that this has slightly higher chance of passing, and I will tell you why. So watch this video until the end and let's get started. If you are here for the first time, welcome. My name is Mandar and I make immigration and lifestyle related videos for US and Canada. I'm not an immigration lawyer, so anything that I say on this video or on my channel is for information purpose only. And for your specific immigration needs, before you take any action, you should hire a competent immigration lawyer. Now the H1B lottery results are out. USCIS has published them and also USCIS has sent out the letters. So if you are one of the lottery winners, you will know that soon. And if you haven't passed through the lottery, don't lose heart, because there is usually a second round or there is always another chance. Now let's look at this new bill that has come into light. I got this information from Twitter from National Immigration Forum, which says a new bill analysis eliminating backlog act of 2023. Now there have been a lot of bills in the past, S386 and so on, which have attempted to eliminate the per country cap. Now this bill in particular does not go that far. It has nothing to do with increasing the visa limits for employment based category, or neither does it have to do with eliminating the per country cap, which has a very difficulty in passing in through the Congress. So what this bill does is it only suggests recapture of unused visa numbers from the categories going back to 1992. So let's read through what this website has to say, and we'll actually go to the actual text of the bill and read it there as well. So this says bill analysis eliminating backlog act of 2023, and it goes on to say eliminating backlog act of 2023 HR 1535 is a bipartisan bill that would recapture unused employment based green cards accumulated since 1992. In addition, the bill will exempt these recaptured green cards from 7% per country cap. This bill was introduced by Representative Larry Bushon who is a Republican from Indiana on March 10th, 2023, and it is also co-sponsored by Representative Raja Krishnamurthy, who is a Democrat from Illinois. Now what this bill will do is two things. It would eliminate the backlog by recapturing the unused employment based green cards accumulated over the past 3 decades going back to 1992, when the current green card allotment system took place. Okay, and then it will exempt the recapture of green cards from 7% per country limitation. Now this is specifically for employment based category. So but if you follow the discussion down, it also goes on to say that since the pandemic and since many years, there have been 1.6 million visa numbers wasted in several different categories, out of which employment based category has approximately 232,000 visa numbers that could become available as part of this. And then the family based category could have as many as 900,000 or 940,000 visa numbers available that were wasted. Now I don't know those wasted from family based category that have already been used by employment based category will count into this. And then there are about 500,000 visa numbers that are available from green card lottery or diversity lottery program. So in total, they are saying in this article that there are 1.6 million visa numbers that could be recaptured for all of these categories. But if I go to the text of this bill, which is really here, it only talks about the employment base. So this bill was, as you can see, introduced by Mr. Bhushan and Krishnamurthy on 10th of March, and it only talks about preservation of expiring employment based visas. Now it goes on to say, okay, they will go back and recapture all these visas since 1992, because which is great, because there have been couple of 100,000 visa numbers that were wasted, and those will become available. But the important thing to note here is, it will not, once those visa numbers are recaptured, those will not be applied as per the per country quota. So 7% per country limit will not be applied for the allocation of these visas. So what does it say is, each visa made available under this section shall be awarded in the order in which the employment based visa applications were filed, and shall not be subject to the numerical limitations under section 202 of the Immigration and Nationality Act. So it clearly says, okay, this will be applied directly to first come first serve who are pending, or the order in which the employment based visa applications, which I think means adjustment of status, have been applied, or it could also mean 140 were applied. So it will be purely in that order. It will not take into account country of origin or per country cap and all. So this is incredible. Because now we also know that there have been a lot of pending applications in EB category, especially in EB2 and EB3, when the dates are retrogressed in October. Now when these visa numbers, and if this bill gets passed, if those visa numbers of 230,000 visa numbers are become available, those will all be used up by these pending applications, is my opinion, or is my guess, because they clearly say that these will be allocated in the order of the application of the 485, or the application of permanent residency, which I believe is 485 application. So if there are 200,000 applications, this will mostly eliminate that backlog. But remember, if and when these visa numbers become available, if this is passed in the House, it has to go through the Senate will have its own version, and if both Senate and House passes this, then it will go to the President's desk to be signed, and then those visa numbers will become available, which are 230,000 visa numbers approximately. The reason they are 230,000, they could have been more, is because they have made these visa numbers available in prior 2 instances, as I understand. Now once these visa numbers become available, they will be in addition to the already available per year quota, which is 140,000 for this year, and if they make it effective October, it will be another 140 plus spillovers plus this additional 230. So it will be huge number of visas available, which will be somewhere around 450k to 500,000, 500,000 visa numbers available just for employment based category. And then the way USCIS will allocate them is they will go through EB1, unused will go to EB2, unused will go to EB3. That is my speculation, in addition to what they have already stated, first come first serve, whoever applied in the order of how the applicants or applications came in with priority date, I guess. So this will be a huge relief to the backlog community such as India and China. It will eliminate most of the backlog. But again, another thing to consider is USCIS is barely able to process about 200,000, less than 200,000 visa numbers in a particular year. So all of a sudden, if these 230,000 become available in addition to their regular quota of 140 plus 60, which is 180, so that is a huge number. 230 plus 180 is more than 400,000 visas. How much time will they take to process all these applications is a different scenario, and what will happen to all those spillovers coming from that have already been counted in the employment based category, that is another question. So there are a lot of questions that we still don't know. This bill was just introduced on the House floor, so it has to go through the House committee, it has to come to voting. That is the first critical step. It has to actually get to the floor to get the vote, maybe through unanimous consent or whatever. And then if it passes the House, it goes to Senate. The Senate has to approve it, and it has to approve the similar or same version that was passed in the House. If the Senate has a different version, then it will have to go back to the House to be passed. And once both Senate and the House passes this bill, then it goes to President's desk for signature. So it has long ways to go, but in this case I am a little bit optimistic because there is less of a contention in this bill. This bill is backed by both Republican and Democrat. So it is introduced by it is a bipartisan bill. So that is the biggest driving factor or biggest positive for this particular bill. So that makes it much easier or much in terms of possibility of this bill getting passed is much higher than any other bill in the past. Regardless, this also does not have those aspects of increasing the visa numbers or reducing the per or eliminating the per country cap. Those things are not included in this bill. Now all it says is recapture all those unused visa numbers from the past since 1992 and make them available in the employment based category. So that's all it says, and it also says that don't apply the per country cap quota for when you allocate these numbers to the individual. It will be purely by the first come first serve or order in which the applications have come in. This is a good bill, and that's the reason I feel that this has a very good chance of passing through House and the Senate this year. So let's see what happens. This will significantly reduce the backlog. It will progress the dates by a couple of years at least if this really happens. So that is something that I wanted to cover. Let me know in the comment section below how much confidence do you have in this bill getting through the House and the Senate. Let me know what are your reservations about this bill, or what is your optimism about this bill. So I know for sure that some of you are interested in stock trading, day trading, buying cryptocurrencies. I want to present you Webull. Webull is a trading platform. It allows you to buy stock, it allows you to buy options, do options trading, and also it allows you to buy cryptocurrency. It can be done on the computer or on the mobile app. Now if you use my link which is on the screen and also in the description, you will get some free stocks. Webull has announced that it will give 12 free stocks if you use my link, and those free stocks will be valued up to maximum of $30,600. So when you open an account using my link, you will get 2 free fractional share stocks. That value could be anywhere between $3 to $300. If you deposit at least 1 penny, you will get 4 to 10 free additional stocks valued from $7 to $3,000. So that's 12 stocks from Webull, free for you if you use my link, and enjoy your free stocks. And before I leave, I also wanted to give you an update from USCIS. They have removed the requirement that a civil surgeon sign form I-693, which is a medical form, report of immigration medical examination and vaccination record, no more than 60 days before an individual files I-485. So this requirement has been removed. So let's look at the actual rule, what it says, and it was published on 3/31, which is today. So immigration and USCIS is removing the requirement that civil surgeon signs the medical form no more than 60 days before an application, before an individual applies for underlying immigration benefit, including I-485. This requirement had been subject to a temporary waiver since December 9th, 2011. This policy update will allow USCIS to adjudicate cases with immigration medical examinations that would previously have been considered invalid, rather than issuing RFEs for form I-693 signed more than 60 days before filing of I-485 but otherwise valid. We will be able to accept these forms for adjudicative process up to 2 years after the date of civil surgeon signed the form. So the only requirement remains here is the medical form I-693 will remain valid for 2 years from the date when the civil surgeon has signed it, but there will not be any requirement that once the civil surgeon signs it, it has to be used or it has to be sent to USCIS along with the application within 60 days. That requirement has been removed altogether. So I guess this is good news for people who have missed sending out the form for more than 60 days. Those forms will still be valid. So this is one less step or one less RFE that USCIS will have to send out and you guys will have to deal with. So I guess it speeds up the process a little bit. So that's all I wanted to say in this video. If you like the content of this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. And if you want to reach out to me to get my personal advice, non-legal advice, do reach out to me on Patreon or set up a call with me on Calendly. And I'll see you in the next one.